Hi everyone, welcome back to English for You. I'm Pat.
I'm Kathy.
And today we're going to go through the second part of this month's TOEIC article.
Yesterday, Amelia called Condor Publishing to make a complaint.
Yep, there were problems with one of that company's books, a guidebook about backpacking in Madrid.
There were some issues with how people can get from the airport to the city.
The book said people had to take the subway.
But the book didn't point out that the subway was closed for 3 months.
Yeah, so Amelia thought she had to take a taxi, which she did, for 1,000 NT in euros.
However, the book wasn't researched very thoroughly.
In fact, there are 3 buses that take people to the city for much less money than a taxi.
Obviously, Amelia was pretty unhappy about this.
So the customer service person taking the call said that they would fix the information in the article and also give Amelia a refund.
In today's article, we'll see how Condor Publishing corrects the wrong information.
So let's read the article and see what they do.
Reading.
Setting the facts straight. Dear readers, thank you for purchasing A Backpacker's Guide to Madrid 2020. We strive to fill our guides with the most useful and up-to-date information on cities around the world. Sadly, though, we recently fell short of our own standards. It has been brought to our attention that there was a misprint in the 2019 copy of this guide. We previously reported that Line 8 of the Madrid Metro was the only way to reach the airport by public transportation. We regret to inform you that this was incorrect. It is also possible to travel by bus between the city and the airport. There are 3 buses that make this journey. These are the Airport Express from Atocha Railway Station, Line 200 from Avenida de America, and Line 101 from Canillejas. Moreover, the same guide does not state that Line 8 was closed from January to April 2019. This was due to engineering works that were only announced after the guide had already gone to print. The service has since been resumed. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. We hope that you continue to discover the best of what the world's cities have to offer with our line of travel books. Kind regards, A Backpacker's Guide.
So this article is a letter, or it's actually maybe a message that appears at the start of a book. And it starts by saying, "Dear readers," so it's talking to the people who read this book.
And it goes on and says, "Thank you for purchasing A Backpacker's Guide to Madrid 2020.
Okay, so this is the next year's book. So Amelia bought the 2019 one. This is the 2020 one, so we know it's a year later and they're going to correct it. And they're saying thanks for purchasing it. So purchase means to buy something. So this whole way is kind of starting the letter. It's a nice way to start the letter. Thank people for buying it and so on.
这边有一个书信的用法呢，同学可以学起来。Thank you for 怎么样？后面可以接描述呢，你想要感谢对方的事情。The message then says, "We strive to fill our guides with the most useful and up-to-date information on cities around the world."
Now the word strive means try very hard. If you strive to do something, you do your best. You do everything you possibly can to make that thing happen. So here the company is saying they're trying to do their best and get this right information for people to read. Here's an example. Kelsey is striving to become an actress. She's sending photos and videos of her work to many film and TV studios.
出版社呢这封信接着写说，我们努力为我们的旅行指南提供有关全球呢城市最有用的最新的信息。Strive 就是努力、力求的意思。三态是 strive, strove, striven. To strive is to do something. 力争做什么事情。那 to strive for or after something 则有争取某事物的意思。Here, Condor is saying that they are striving to put useful and up-to-date information in their guides.
So the adjective up to date means it's current, or at least it's still correct as of the time the book is publishing. So what we mean is the information is not old and therefore possibly wrong. The opposite of up to date would be out of date. It would be out of date information.
Up to date 就是包含呢最新的资讯、最新的意思。For example, all the data are up to date. 所有的数据都是最新的。But Condor didn't do this with their Madrid book.
Yes, and Condor says, sadly, though, we recently fell short of our own standards. To fall short of something means not to achieve that goal. You get close, but you don't do the full thing. It's a failure, but it's not really a big failure. It's a small kind of failure.
Fall short of something 就是未达到，所以出版社说呢，很遗憾，我们没有达到自己设定的标准。
Now, in the next part of this letter or message, the company explains and corrects its mistakes. And it says, it has been brought to our attention that there was a misprint in the 2019 copy of this guide.
Of course, this is what Amelia did in day one. She made a phone call to complain about this.
Now, when we say something has been brought to our attention, they're saying someone told us or someone made a complaint.
Brought to our attention 就是引起我们的注意。Attention 就是注意、专心。If you're in class and some of your classmates are chatting with each other, the teacher might say, "Attention, please." So here's the mistake. The article says, we previously reported that Line 8 of the Madrid Metro was the only way to reach the airport by public transportation.
Transportation is all the ways of getting things or people from one place to another. When we say public transportation, we mean buses, trains, and things like that.
Transportation 就是大众运输交通工具 anything like the MRT, the high-speed rail, the bus.
So Condor then says, we regret to inform you that this was incorrect. We have a couple of words to look at here. The first one is regret. If you regret something, then you feel bad that this has happened. You could regret doing something or regret not doing something. Here, Condor is saying it feels sorry, it feels bad, it feels guilty that it made a mistake. Here's another sentence. Tommy regrets that he spent so much money on an expensive car.
Regret 就是遗憾、惋惜的意思。例如 I regret to say that I am unable to help you. Or those who have not brought insurance are now regretting. 那些没有买保险的人现在后悔了。We also need to look at the word inform.
That's right. The word inform means to tell someone about something. So the phrase, we regret to inform you, is kind of quite common and it's used to deliver bad news. And it means we're sorry to tell you that thing. You might say, we regret to inform you you didn't get the job. We regret to inform you you're not going to this school, that kind of thing. Here's another example of inform. Kerry's mum informed her teacher that Kerry was too sick to go to school.
接下来我们来看另外一个字 inform 通知告知，而当这个字和 regret 一起使用的时候，就会变成 we regret to inform you。我们很遗憾的要通知你什么事情，而这个事情通常指的是不好的消息。
So now Condor puts in the correct information, and the article says it is also possible to travel by bus between the city and the airport.
Next, Condor says there are 3 buses that make this journey.
Okay, and after this it says, and excuse me if I don't pronounce the Spanish very well, these are the Airport Express from Atocha Railway Station, line 200 from Avenida de America, and line 101 from Canillejas. I don't know if that was right, but you can look at our article for the words.
Express 当作名词的时候呢，有特快车的意思。Airport Express 就是机场快捷。And this isn't the only correction that Condor needs to make.
That's right. The article says, moreover, the same guide, so that's the 2019 guide, does not state that line 8, so that's the subway, was closed from January to April 2019.
In this case, that's because things in Madrid changed. The article says this was due to engineering works that were only announced after the guide had already gone to print.
Now, the phrase due to means the same as because of. It's used to give an explanation or a reason for something.
Due to 这个片语意思是由于因为 For example, the accident was due to careless driving or her absence was due to the storm. 由于风雨交加，她没有来。
So in this case, the reason or the explanation for line 8 of the Madrid metro being closed was due to engineering works. Engineering is the science and technology of designing and using machines, structures, engines and other things like that. Now, when we talk about engineering works on a road or a subway, we mean that there's some kind of repair going on. Either the subway lines were being repaired to fix some damage or new ones were being built, something like that. We talk about engineering works on roads, on subways, on train lines all the time.
Engineering works 就是施工工程。由于工程公告的时候呢，这个旅游指南已经送去印刷了，因此造成这件憾事。
However, we learned that these engineering works on the subway were not announced until the guide had already been written and then printed and published. The word announce means to publicly tell people something, to make facts known by a group of people. And announce is often an official kind of word. So an employee could announce that they're leaving their job. They're not just saying, I feel like quitting. They're saying, no, I'm leaving on this date and this is, what I'm going to do. Or it could be the government announcing some new rules. They're saying, like, from this day, this will happen. Something like that. Here's another example sentence from maybe earlier in this year. The president announced that more masks would be made as soon as possible.
Announce 就是公告、宣告，有一个字意思也很像，叫做 declare， 这个也有宣告的意思。So what's the difference between these two words? Well, for announce, it's to give public notice, to make known, to publish. As for declare, it is to make clear of something, to explain or to interpret.
Exactly, you kind of really make sure that everybody understands it. So we also learn from Condor's message that the service, meaning the subway, this kind of line 8, has since been resumed. To resume means to start again after a break or a pause. So maybe there's a meeting, but it's a long meeting, so everyone takes a break. And after that break, the meeting resumes.
Resume 这个动词特别指的是中断后呢，继续重新开始。例如 He paused, drank a glass of his wine, reflected for a moment, and resumed. 他停下来，喝了一杯酒，想了一会儿，又继续说了下去。而这里的 service 特别指的是前文提到的马德里地铁8号线的运行。
Exactly. It means the subway's working again and people can take that airport subway to the city. Now there's another message from Condor about how sorry they are about this mistake. It says, "We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused." A few things to look at here, and the first is sincerely. If you do something sincerely, you do it with all your heart. You do it 100%, honestly, with no faking. Now, we should always apologize sincerely. We should show we mean it. We should always talk and listen to other people sincerely. In fact, it's probably a good idea to do everything sincerely. Here's an example of this. Rex talked sincerely to his boss about the problems he was having at work.
Sincerely 就是真诚的、衷心的。像同学在书信的最后，有人会写 best regards， 有人会写 sincerely yours， 就有这个意思。
Now, in this case, Condor is apologizing sincerely. To apologize means to say sorry for something that's happened, or more often, something that you've done. Here's an example sentence. Lisa apologized to Danny for arriving late for their date.
Apologize 就是致歉、道歉，后面通常加上 to 或者是 for. He apologized to her for not going to her party, and Condor is apologizing for the inconvenience.
If something is an inconvenience, it causes trouble. It's a bother. It makes life difficult for you. The adjective form is inconvenient. So if something is an inconvenience, it is inconvenient or not convenient at all. It really isn't the way you want things to be.
Convenience 就是方便的，前面加上 in 就变成相反的意思了，不方便。所以出版社这边说呢，我们对于所造成的任何不便深感抱歉，献上最深的歉意。
So there's now a final message from Condor in the next part of the article, and it says, "We hope that you continue to discover the best of what the world's cities have to offer with our line of travel books. The things you have to offer, or the things a city has to offer, are what's available in this place. So for a city, the things it has to offer are its food, its sights, its famous buildings, and all the cool stuff people would want to see, do, and experience there. What you have to offer might be what you're bringing to a job. You're having an interview and the guy says, so, what do you have to offer to our company? Oh, I'm a hard worker, I'm responsible, I try really hard, I learn quickly. All of that is what you have to offer.
Have to offer 白话来说就是可以提供你给你什么。例如呢，这个城市可以提供你美丽的风景来欣赏，还有美味的食物。那 have a lot 或是 much to offer somebody 就是呢有许多吸引人之处。另外，这边 line 这个字在此意思为商品的系列。
That's right. A line of guidebooks means like a series of guidebooks.
Yes.
So they have a backpacker's guide to Madrid. Maybe they also have to London, to
other places.
Yeah, to Vietnam, to bits of all over the world. So that's what they mean. It's a series of different books. So finally, the article says, "Kind regards, a backpacker's guide." So kind regards is a good way of politely signing off, politely finishing a letter to say that you're thinking of the people and you're giving this message in a polite and formal and professional way.
And as that's the end of the message and article, we can go to today's For You chat question.
So we've got a couple of related questions here, and it's all about what happened with the article. Do you often admit it when you make a mistake? Do you find it hard to admit to your mistakes? Okay, what have you got, Kathy?
Okay. Actually, I find it hard to admit a mistake if I know that the person is going to blame me for something. But I found out that when you grow older and older, you find out that actually to admit your mistake is the easiest way because you can correct it immediately.
Yeah, I would say sometimes if I think, I can fix this quickly, I will try not to admit to it and try and do what I can to fix the problem before kind of it happens. If I realize, I've done something wrong, but if I can fix it now before anybody else sees it, so in that I won't immediately say, I've made a mistake. So yeah, I guess I don't think anybody likes admitting to their mistakes. No one likes to say, I've made a mistake. And I sometimes wonder if you always do it, if you find it very easy, my mistake, I did that wrong.
People think that.
Yeah, people will think you don't care enough. People will think you're not really sorry for the mistake, and people won't think you really tried hard not to make the mistake in the first place. So yes, you should admit to the mistake, but do it in a way that shows you mean it, that you are sorry for it. The word we had, that's it,
sorry.
Sincerely. That is the word in the article. You've got to do it sincerely. If you just say, yeah, made a mistake, whatever. I made a mistake. I made another mistake. To be honest, if you do that in a job, you're probably going to get fired from that job. But if you have made a mistake, think about it, learn from it, talk to, maybe talk to your boss about it or whoever. Show that you have made a mistake, but you want to learn, correct the mistake, not make the same mistake again. So, yeah, maybe it is hard, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And as we say, maybe just admitting very easily like it's not a problem can be a different problem.
Yes.
Okay, so that, and we have to do that sometimes. We've occasionally made a mistake in our magazine, every now and again. Something gets through and there's a bit of an error and we have to say to the teachers, yep, we're sorry, that was a mistake by somebody. So it does happen. Everybody makes mistakes. And if you admit it and you're honest about it, then hopefully the mistake won't have really big consequences. All right, that is the end of today's and this month's TOEIC article. We hope you learned something from it. Thank you very much for watching. For English for You, I'm Pat.
I'm Kathy.
We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Setting the facts straight. Dear readers, thank you for purchasing a Backpacker's Guide to Madrid 2020. We strive to fill our guides with the most useful and up-to-date information on cities around the world. Sadly, though, we recently fell short of our own standards. It has been brought to our attention that there was a misprint in the 2019 copy of this guide. We previously reported that Line 8 of the Madrid Metro was the only way to reach the airport by public transportation. We regret to inform you that this was incorrect. It is also possible to travel by bus between the city and the airport. There are 3 buses that make this journey. These are the Airport Express from Atocha Railway Station, Line 200 from Avenida de America, and Line 101 from Canillejas. Moreover, the same guide does not state that Line 8 was closed from January to April 2019. This was due to engineering works that were only announced after the guide had already gone to print. The service has since been resumed. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. We hope that you continue to discover the best of what the world's cities have to offer with our line of travel books. Kind regards, A Backpacker's Guide.
Vocabulary Review. Strive. This non-profit organization has been striving to bring clean water to the poor villages of this country. Regret. William regretted not having prepared well for the job interview. Inform. Ellen informed her boss that she will leave her job at the end of next month. Announce. The boss called everyone to a meeting where he announced some important news about the company. Sincerely. Rachel was sad that Mark was leaving the company, but sincerely wished him the best of luck in his new job. Apologize. The company president apologized to customers after several people had problems using its new product.
智慧小补帖
Purchase. Up to date. Transportation. Engineering. Resume. Inconvenience.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net